Hi everybody, it's me Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Are you ready for another crocheting tutorial? I am. Okay guys, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to discuss the star stitch. The star stitch is done in multiples of 2 plus 1. It is very, very simple to make. It's a nice stitch. It makes great little baby blankets and washcloths and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get that sample out of the way and get set up. You do not need to have any specific yarn or anything like that to accomplish this stitch. Just make sure that your hook and your yarn are coordinating in size. So if your yarn calls for a size 5.5 hook, make sure that's the size that you're using. Unless you're a tight crocheter and want to have a little bit looser stitch, then you would go up a crochet hook size. Okay, so with this stitch, it is 2 plus 1. So we're going to go ahead and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and one more. Okay, you're going to count back to the second stitch. So this doesn't count as anything. This is your first stitch. And that is your second stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And we are starting right off the bat with our star stitch. So we now have 2 loops on our hook. We are going to go to the next chain, insert our hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Go to the next chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. 4 loops on your hook. And continue on until you have 6 loops on your hook. Insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the next chain and pull up a loop. You can hold on your chain to give a little tension on those loops that are on your hook. You should have 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over and through all of them. Pull up a loop through all of them. Yarn over and chain 1. Now you've created an eye. We're going to be working into that eye, so you don't want to cinch that down real tight. You want to be able to use that as a stitch. Go ahead and insert your hook back into that eye, yarn over and pull up a loop. There is 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to reach down here and go in between these bars. Each loop that you pulled up from your previous stitch is considered a bar. There will be 5 of them. You're going to count right from left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And insert your hook right after that 4th bar. All the way through. Yarn over and pull up your 3rd loop on your hook. Okay. And at the bottom of that 5th bar is the finish of your first star stitch. We're going to insert our hook into that same stitch and pull up a loop. You now have a total of 4 loops on your hook. That is the key number to the beginning of your star stitch. The next 2 stitches are off the chain. We are adding 2 more. So into the next chain space available, yarn over and pull up a loop. That's 5 loops on your hook. Into the next chain available, yarn over and pull up a loop. That is 6. So as you can see, here is the first star stitch here, consisting of 4 loops from it, and then we added 2 more from the chain. Yarn over, add a little tension to those loops by pulling down, and pull through all 6 of them loops, chain 1. Again, you don't want to make your chain 1 space too taut because you are getting ready to use it for your next star stitch. Insert your hook through that chain space and pull up a loop. Again, we're going to go between the 4th and the 5th bar, so you can count over from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach down and insert your hook all the way through, yarn over, and pull up your 3rd loop on your hook. Now we're going to go to the very bottom of that previous stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. That is 4 loops on your hook. Now we got to add 2. Go to the next available chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. 5 loops on your hook. And the next available chain, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. All right, yarn over and pull through all 6 of those loops that are on your hook and chain 1. You're going to place 1/2 double crochet into the very last stitch available, very last chain available. So, okay, so after you have completed your 1/2 double crochet, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, place 1 single crochet back into that same stitch that you just came from. Place 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And then after this, you're going to place 2 single crochets into every eye that you see from your stars. So just 1 and 2 single crochets. Remember, all terms that I use are US terms. 2 into the next eye, like that. 2 into the next eye, and 1 down here into the very end. And single crochet down there. Okay, and that completes that row. That row of single crochets kind of completes off your star stitch. It finishes it up, completes your all the way around with it. Okay, we'll start the next row in just a moment. Okay, so to start this row, your row 3, we have the beginning of our star, then we have our single crochet. That is row 2. That completes that first set of stars. Now we're going to start all over again. This time we're going to chain 1 and 2. And I'm going to do this on a little bit larger of a demonstration, just so that way you can see, and then I'll pull back and do the actual size. So I'm going to pull up a loop here and remove my hook, okay? And if you notice, the loop has 2 sides, 1, 2. Then we have this strand over here that we're going to pull through, okay? So if I do that, reach through with my hook and pull that strand through, and we look at that loop now, there's now 3 strands for that one chain. That loop has now turned into a chain, and there is 3 strands of yarn. We're going to be working into 2 of those strands. Okay, So let me remove my hook, and we're going to pull this back down. Okay, so on your chain 2, all right, we're back down to the beginning here. Chain 1 and 2. As I said, we are going to be working on 2 of those 3 strands. So you're going to reach down and scoop up one of them strands onto your hook and yarn over and pull a loop through them, or through it. Now you're going to reach down and grab another one of them strands. Let's see here. There we go. Yarn over and pull a loop through it. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to reach down here to the base of your chain 2 and pull up another loop. That is 4 loops on your hook. You're going to go through in the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 6 loops on your hook, and you can pull down on them to give them tension, yarn over and pull through all 6, yarn over and chain 1. There is your first star. Okay, now we're going to go back in, and all we're doing is repeating what we did on the first row. Insert your hook into the eye of the chain that you just created, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you're going to reach down and go in between the 4th and 5th bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you're going to go into the stitch where the last stitch was made. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. You now have 4 loops on your hook. Now it's time to extend out to the next 2 stitches. 1 loop from each stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. Go to the next one, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, yarn over and pull through all 6, yarn over and chain 1. Continuing on, insert your hook back into that same chain 1 space, yarn over and pull up a loop. Insert your hook between the 4th and 5th bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the same stitch as the last stitch made, yarn over and pull up a loop. All right, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and go through all 6 loops on your hook, yarn over and chain 1. Insert your hook back into that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook in between the 4th and 5th bar, yarn up over and pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the last stitch from the previous stitch, the last stitch that was made from the previous stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop, and let's extend by 2. Insert your hook to the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 6 loops, yarn over and chain 1. Yarn over and place 1 half double crochet into the very last stitch. Okie dokie. There you go. Pull all through all 3. And now you have completed the first 2 star stitches. There you go. Okay, let's go ahead and do 1 more row of single crochet, and that will complete the second star stitch in full. Yarn over and chain 1. Turn your work. Insert your hook back into that same chain space and single crochet. Single crochet into the next stitch. Place 2 single crochets into the eye of each of the previous star stitches. So 1 and 2. And continue placing 2 single crochets in each eye of the previous star stitches. Okay, and place 1 single crochet into your very last stitch down here. And that will complete our tutorial on the star stitch. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and a comment down in the comment section. There you go. There's an overlook of the star stitch. Get you overhead. There we go. And if you have any questions, please ask them either in the comment section or send me an email. You can also find me on other social media platforms like our Facebook group. You can also find me on Instagram. Tag me in any projects that you make. I'd love to see them. Thank you again for watching. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye, guys.